Hey guys, I'm just trying to catch up on some live videos before I try to sign off and get a couple hours of sleep before things kind of take a crazy turn. However, a couple things that kind of upset me a little bit. A couple people have asked me through email after I shared my story tonight about this 30 days of wisdom. I'm not going to be deterred through the month of September about this whole 30 days of wisdom because my purpose on this earth is not finished. I'm a teacher, and because of the fact that I think that it's important because for the fact that I think that my story is huge. My purpose in life is huge. Yeah, I shared the story of my rape tonight, but getting my story out there, it may save someone else's life, and I feel good about that, because if I save someone else's life, I'm not a hero, and I don't need that title to be in my life, to be considered that. It's not even that wisdom of being a hero. I just want people to sit there, and it's not even common sense. It's because I teach middle schoolers for the last 17 years, and I think that when we raise our children up and we send them to school now, because of so many things that are happening with the Parkland shootings, the Parkland shooter happening, and the EA game shooting, and all these other things happening, and we're sending our children off into the world, you forget that teachers are like the secondary parent to your kids. And I tell my students when they walk into the classroom that I'm not their mom, and they don't have to call me mom or anything else like that. They call me Miss Carter, but I don't care if they learn the material to pass the test. I'm there for their well-being. And you're like, well, how does that relate to a rape story? Well, it does relate, because I care about what's going on with their mental status. I care about what's going on at home. I care about, making sure that they have the right clothes that fit them. I care about making sure that they're being loved. And before that they can even get the material, we got to make sure that our students are thriving and succeeding in life. Because when I think about it, and when I inspire my students and my passion for life, and this seems to amaze teachers who have been in the classroom for years upon years, is that, and they just don't get it, is that if you sit there and you harp on the students to sit down every day and you tell them, and you're like, well, Johnny doesn't have this and he's not getting straight A's. Well, why isn't he getting straight A's? Well, you got to think outside the box. Is he always coming in late? Well, take him aside and ask Johnny, why are you coming in late? Well, is he being shuffled around from house to house? Well, I ask them, if you don't have the supplies, well, they're not going to learn. So I tell them, I don't care if you don't get the material. I'll help you learn that. I tell them, I say, hey, your problems may seem like small problems to me. I leave my problems as an adult at the door as soon as I walk into the classroom. Their problems may be small or big problems to them, and they may be small problems to us as adults, but it is up to us to help them feel like they can conquer the world with what the tools we give them because if not, then they are going to go out and they cannot change the world without being able to have those tools. So they can't change the world unless we give them the tools. So if you're an adult and say you're not able to have children because you chose not to, okay, you can still impact a student's life, okay? Hey, if you are a grandma or a grandpa and you're at a grocery store and you have a couple extra dollars and you can sit there and you can grab an extra package of notebook paper and you see a teacher down the street, just put it in their mailbox or put it on their porch and say, hey, I just wanted to make your load a little lighter for maybe a student in your classroom. It may be something small, but it goes a long way. Now, going back to my story that I shared tonight, someone asked me, a few people actually asked me, well, do you feel better now that you got it off your chest and you shared your story and you feel like a hero now because you can save someone else's life? No, I don't. I do feel better, but I don't feel like a hero. I'm just doing my job of looking out for those, because humanity, we're all fighting the same war on crime and political parties. They don't matter. We're all fighting the same battle. And it goes back to yesterday when I was talking about the egg. It doesn't matter if you pick up an organic brown-shelled egg or if you are picking up a white-shelled egg that came from a regular farmer. When you go to crack both eggs, they're the same on the inside. So it doesn't matter if whatever political affiliation you have, because I'm a registered Democrat, just proud to tell you. It doesn't matter what religious affiliation you have. I'm Baptist, throwing it out there to you. Doesn't matter if you are into the whole, bipartisan, or, if you are into like the political, the religious, or if you, any of those things that matter. If you went to a year-round school, whatever. But you know what I'm getting at. It's just, I think that we have to remember prejudice is prejudice, and we cannot be the judgment. There's only one judge in our life, and that is the person upstairs, and whoever we believe in, that is going to send us to where we believe in when we are done. And what I'm going to end up saying is this, because I had this conversation with a very, very, very dear friend of mine today. When you die, and I'm going to leave it at this, when you die and your heart stops beating, your story does not end there. Your story does not end with a period. It just ends with a comma or a semicolon or a ... It is up to those to continue around you to continue your legacy. So, whatever choices that you go to sleep with tonight, it is up to you tomorrow when you wake up and look in the mirror and how you're going to live. So live your life, but again, with no regrets. And I want you to be strong, be fearless, and step up and step out, because I want you to be resilient and know that I'm going to be out there challenging you every day. It takes 7 days to break a habit, and it only takes a few days to gain a new one. So if I can do this for 30 days, challenge for 30 days of wisdom, I think that I'm going to challenge you to make even a couple days of 30 days of your own wisdom and share it with me. So, all right, Kay, I see you're watching, so thank you, and I love you, and I've missed you, and I am so glad that you've reconnected with me. So, love you, girl, and I give you a little shout out. So, thank you, and I will keep in touch with you while I'm up in Michigan. Thanks. Love you, girl. Bye.